Hi, my name is Conrad. I'm doing my persuasive speech entitled Homophobia and the Shepherd. I'd like to start off by just giving you a story. On October 7th, 1998, a young man starts off in a bar, just going out for the night, having a good time, everything's cool. Well, he leaves, he needs a ride home, or he wants to walk home, but that's kind of shady. You don't really know where he's walking. So this car drives up, and there's these guys, they're like, hey, get in the car, we'll just take you home, everything's going to be cool. Well, that might not have been the best decision. What happened is later on that night, they ended up driving him into the middle of the woods. They pistol whipped him, beat him, robbed him, tortured him, tied him to a fence naked, and left him there. He was discovered 18 hours later in a coma. They said his face was completely covered in blood, with the exception of tear tracks running down. He was then taken to the hospital, where he remained in a coma and was unresponsive, until he later died on the 12th of that same October 1998. Matthew Shepard died because his injuries were too great to have them operate on him. Now, he died in 1998. The Matthew Shepard Act was not passed until this October 2009. It was up 4 different times because Matthew Shepard was killed because he was gay. He was killed, he was targeted personally by these men, McKinney and Henderson, because they had planned out that they were going to rob a gay man. Now, whether killing him was in the plans, no one knows. The only witnesses are the girlfriends of these 2 gentlemen, who then said, they were going to rob somebody. Thankfully, the women did not lie and say, oh no, they were with us the entire time. But still, it took 11 years for legislation to be passed that this could be called a hate crime. These men went to prison for murder, but not for a hate crime. They targeted a specific demographic, but no one's ever going to know that because they just went to jail for murder. Now, the FBI keeps track of hate crimes. 12 states are actually required to report the percentage of sexually oriented hate crimes. 21%. 21% in only 12 states. There's 50 states in the country, just in case anyone forgot. Now, if that's 21% in only 12, how much is it in the entire country? And why doesn't the government even know that? I mean, 21% of hate crimes are against homosexuals. Wouldn't the government want to know that its citizens were being killed? Now, to move on, HealthyPlace.com also said that 2 to 3 of all gay teens attempt suicide at some point in their life. Now, that's just another demographic, or another statistic of the demographic. But there are 5,000 teens that commit suicide every year, and 30% of them are gay. Now, why are all the gay people dying? I mean, they're American citizens. Why don't people care? Why don't people notice this? Why did it take 11 years, if this was going on, for something to finally be passed? Now, it is understandable that, yes, there are differences. But you know what? There are differences in skin color, in race, in religion. And those happen all the time. But why is this the one that's cast aside? Why is this any different than anything else? Why is it socially unacceptable, excuse my language, but why is it socially unacceptable to walk up to a black man and call him a nigger? But it is socially acceptable to walk up to a gay man and call him a faggot? Where are these lines drawn? Can we get a map somewhere so we know what lines we're allowed to cross and what ones we're not? And if that's the case, then why are there even lines? I mean, if this is the land of the free and the home of the brave, then why is it still illegal to be homosexual, essentially? I mean, they're not allowed to marry, they're not allowed to adopt kids. Now, that's not what I'm talking about, but still, why them and why not us? Now, it happens every day. In October this year also, on UCF campus, there was a young man assaulted for being homosexual. He was seen at a party, he was followed home, they beat him up outside the towers. Does anyone even know that? I know that. Most people don't even hear about that. I only heard it through a friend. I would think, holy crap, someone was assaulted on UCF campus. We get all the emails saying, oh, someone was chased down while they were running in the morning. But this happened on UCF campus, outside student housing, and we don't hear about it. In Orlando, the GLBT Community Center was vandalized with die fags and go to hell spray painted on it. But did anyone know about this? No, it doesn't get reported. And why not? Where is that line? So all we really ask is that you get involved. We have clubs like the Knights Allies, which is to get the non-gay community to get together and to rally around their friends, which I hope you don't choose your friends on just being gay or just being not gay. I mean, people are people. So why can't we rally around them to make them and build them up? The Equal Club is an equal opportunity social club. Yes, it is predominantly homosexual people. But you know what? They accept everyone. Hence the name Equal. The Human Rights Campaign is a national campaign. Its sign is an equal. All they want is equality. Why is there always this line and delineation between two different groups? That is where we come in. That is where we go and we stop, we stop putting people into groups. We go and we just accept everyone altogether. And we don't exclude on basis of sexual orientation, race, or anything else like that.